Hello there everybody, welcome to another Tib Wars cast. Today I have a 2v2 on Resto Rampage, and hopefully you will like this as we have got a couple of familiar names in this match. We are going to be having here a new player which I haven't casted before. He's going to be Virus RU, and he's going to be playing as a blue scrim. As his teammate in this 2v2 is going to be Randy Vector as a red GDI. And in the opposite team on the right side of the map, we do have someone on the yellow side on the other team. There we go. Wait, I didn't actually see that. Noob on Fire. That was it. I did remember the names before I started casting. Yeah, so Noob on Fire playing as yellow GDI. And we have Maxim playing as a pink Nod, which I think he played last time I casted him. Okay, immediately going into a double war factory, we're going to be seeing harvesters collecting Tiberiums, tanks coming out of those buildings. Nonsense, going to be standing strong near the ramped entrance there. Scout coming through from Virus there, and we're also going to be seeing a triple refinery coming from Randy going along the green on the top there. I don't know if Noob is going to be intercepting that or not, but we will see. Immediately Maxim is on the attack here, and because obviously this map is very small, it's very valuable to go like base building. He's going triple war factory. He's absolutely can't believe that, but that's a nice stasis shield, freezing the two war factories and a tank. Very good play there. So at least the scrim will be holding up for quite a while here. Shredder turrets being deployed to at least distract the units while the tanks do the most damage here. We've got a photon battery as well, trying to take out some of these shredder turrets, but obviously to no avail. Seekers are probably going to go around and see if they can try and flank. Here come a huge attack coming from Randy here. They're going to be going straight into Noob's base. Probably is going to absolutely destroy them, and Noob doesn't look like they're going to be able to actually stop this. Quadruple war factory. Can this get any more ridiculous? Barracks coming up. He's going to be getting out engineers to capture the Conyard. Oh my god. I forget how ridiculous this map gets. This is amazing. Okay, so we've got Maxim continuing to push his units to Virus's base, and Virus has actually got on tier 3, good for him, although he won't be able to use it for the time being, considering that he's being pressured, and it looks like he's on the losing side. Maxim is slowly getting that ground he needs to, and already we see that Randy's gotten the power plant and the Conyard for himself, so he has another GDI as well. Yeah, well, he just has a GDI extension, so he can just put down whatever and he'll be fine. But my goodness, here we go, another barracks coming out. Will he be attempting more captures? It looks like it. More tanks coming from the war factories there. Oh my god, the games is just ridiculous. The amount of Predator tanks is ridiculous. Here comes the engineer. There it goes. Just missed the emitter blast there. Tripod's getting deployed. Virus down at the bottom there. He is actually holding out quite nicely over there. And Virus nicely getting rid of the Scorpion tanks, and boom! There we go! Virus doesn't get defeated. We got Maxim gets defeated. Oh my god, that was amazing! Oh, that was utterly ridiculous. I keep forgetting how ridiculous these games get on Resto Rampage. It is just fantastic. Oh, wow. Okay, right. Give me a couple of seconds to calm down, and then we will cast the next game in this video. Okay, here I bring you match 2 on Tournament Coastline. We have a 1v1 right now. We're going to be having Wildcom playing as a purple GDI up in the top left position. Then down in the bottom right, clad in blue, we have Lumos presenting himself as one of the best players of the game. Of course, not as good as Bike Rush, obviously, but you know, he's not bad. Anyway, triple Saboteur opening. Now, I'm not too sure about this, but I suppose I can assume he's putting 2 down in case one gets killed. But there's one going into the top. Obviously, you want to immediately put Saboteurs out to get the Tib spikes here and here. But that's pretty standard. We've got a rifleman scouting the city out. at the moment, going from structure to structure, doing some SWAT teamness. And we're going to be having a war factory as well against the tip field, and the power plant just been put up there again. And he's expanding towards this tip field as well. So not too spectacular at the moment, but it is going to hopefully lead up to something amazing later in the game. Oh, black hands already. It's probably from a sold operation center, I would assume, but that is amazing. I mean, I do also, again, forget how quickly you can tech up as well, because casting different games, they all have their different speeds, but CNC can be quite quick sometimes. Here comes the watchtower, just passing outside the MCV, but Lumos is now going to know about that MCV. Doing a nice bit of damage to the watchtower, but I don't think he wants to lose the black hand, although I don't really think it's that useful anymore, although I suppose you could get rid of that garrison structure as well. Predator tank coming and running these militants over like they were old, like, cripples or something. But they would be crippled actually when they would run over. MCV unpacking, going to the middle of the map, probably taking this, well, actually this big expansion as well. But because Riled has expanded first, he's going to get the extra material that he needs, probably going to get more units out quicker, so I expect that's what's going to happen. Power plant may be blocking the black hand going into the structure there, but he probably will be losing that, unfortunately, because he won't be able to repair it fast enough, and he's using a lot of resources as well to try and repair that power plant. Should at least try and make one, but I think he's just not got any resources at the moment. Let me just have a look right now. He is building a war factory right now, so yeah, he can't build one right now, but he's going to build a power plant any second now. That one goes down. So he's on 2 war factories right now. Don't know if he's going to sell that war factory up at the spawn point there, but we will see that. And we're going to be having more harvesters coming from the war factory. They're going to be going straight to this tip field, oddly enough. So I think this is a little bit of a misplay, because now that you're going to a Taboo field closer to your spawn position, you're actually letting your opponent have this tip field as well, which means they're getting more resources. And if you let them get control of the middle, that's pretty much game over. You really want to get close to the middle as possible, because it is just one big funnel. At the end of the day, you want to get into that as quickly as possible, so at least you can have this back tip field like Riled has, but he hasn't harvested it yet. But unfortunately, Riled has got himself some considerable structures here. I mean, look at this. This is just absolutely amazing. He's got command post and he's got airfield. He's probably training some walkers, which would make sense, but here we go. Refinery going out to the rear tip field, another power plant as well. Loads of infantry getting put out from us hand of nods there. Not too sure what he's going to be planning with those. Probably putting them in the structures is about all I can think of, because that is pretty useless against tanks and watchtowers and APCs and shit. That is really not what you should be doing, but I don't know. I mean, he looks confident that he's going to win this at the moment. Oh, he's taking the structures down. That's okay, fair enough. Now he's moving his MCV up to the taboo front up there. He is going to be putting up a defense line here. Obviously, his opponent does know about this move already, but he is going to be well prepared for this. 4 orcas waiting on the airfield there. Loads of tanks as well. He's pretty much absolutely spick and span, ready for anything that could, anything that Lumos could throw at him. However, the only problem obviously is with these rocket squads. He's gonna have to, if he wants to play this safe, he's gonna have to get an armory with get some snipers and pick these infantry units off. But they are going to be garrisoning some structures and fortifying the middle area of the map. And here comes a shadow passing over the structures here with over the Scorpion, no Predator tanks, just assaulting the structures, and they're getting pushed back quite quickly, snagging a kill as well, no less. APC as well coming to the forefront, but I think there's actually way too much infantry for them to deal with. I suppose this is actually a good idea, because it does mean that the vehicles will actually be in close quarters, instead of being like in the openness of the rest of the map. But at least he's going to have some, Rail's going to have some cover, but at the same time it's going to give Lumos the advantage, because it's going to make the vehicles come closer to the infantry, which means that he's going to have an easier time taking care of the tanks. I mean, even when the tanks are rolling over the infantry, it's not going to be enough, and he's just going to have to keep advancing. But these infantry units will eventually swarm the tanks, and boom, that's a lot of rocket squads that he just spewed out of those hands of Nods like they were sperm. But we are going to be seeing another huge infantry push come from Nardcom this time. Loads and loads of men willing to sacrifice their lives for the greater good of Nod and GDI, fighting for what they believe in. Loads of blood and tears and whatever. I don't know what the tears about. Tears for Kane. They probably want to touch his bald head when they get back, if they get back, which they won't, because they're deadlocked. And the APC is also taking some damage in the middle here. Not too much flanking, although we do see a stray Predator tank near the Tiberian field over there, just out of the range of one of the obelisks there, but I think it's going to get sniped, honestly. A couple of obelisks also dealing with the vehicles and infantry in the middle of the city. So we will be seeing a really huge decline in Nod infantry there. One heroic rocket squad just got blown with someone else's launcher. That's quite funny. But we're going to be seeing also an APC. Is that going to engineer? Yes, it has, which is quite predictable. But he is going to be going to the spawn point, probably capturing the war factory and or refinery. But it's going to be a bit too late right now. He's the most of the important structures are away somewhere else. But the obelisk line is slowly building up. Wildcom needs tech, and this little shadow squad is very dangerous right now. I don't know if it would necessarily thought about this, but I mean, this is going to present a huge advantage to Lumos. I think he probably will be winning this quite easily. And here come a couple of cheeky stealth tanks around the back, all just chasing them at speed. This again, the tanks from the Predator tanks just bundling up in the front of the base there. We've got an avatar with more infantry coming out there, and a couple 3 air towers. That is, I call that a little bit overcompensating, but I suppose he's got the advantage now. He really should put out as many units as possible, but he is going to be dry on the first 2 fields, and it's really going to be all down to the middle. However, Lumos has got slightly more, and he has got the tech, whereas Wildcom doesn't, and I think that's what's going to bring him bring Lumos victory, to be honest, because Wildcom doesn't have tech. Well, he does, but he's not using it, which is odd. He hasn't got any. There he is, Juggernauts. It's as if he's hearing me, and he's like, right, you're lying. I have got tech. Look at this, right? It's weird, man. It's happened quite a few times. It's weird, but with that, Shadow Squad still bothers me. I don't know if he's going to be taking that down at all throughout this game. Again, here comes Stealth Tanks taking our Harvester. Don't know where they've gone. Oh, they've gone into the corner there, and we do see a bit of a standoff here between both players, although I think the Venoms are going to be a bit chaotic, and they're going to be a huge nuisance and a huge pain in Ryle's backside. But you're going to be seeing a huge infantry push as well coming from Lumos, and he's going to be assaulting quite a few of the tanks there, pretty much harassment based. But here comes a few more militants. I mean, obviously they are the cheapest unit for Nod, so he doesn't mind throwing some of them away. Here comes some tanks through the buildings there. He's going to be trying to get rid of that structure. Huge push coming down at the bottom there. The avatars and rocket squads are going to meet the tanks, as well as some militants going to gladly give their lives for Kane, and he's probably going to be groped in their death numbers or whatever by said man. So also Venoms are going to be helping as well, which is fine because it's a hard counter, and he's pushing Wildcom back. So I think the Juggernauts, fine, they're there, but he's going to have to get a few more Mammoth tanks. Now he's got 4 Juggernauts, that's good. He needs to focus on getting Mammoth tanks. He has got the Railgun upgrade. It will help him a bit to take down the avatars here, but there's a lot of avatars right now, so I'm not sure how this is going to work, unless he just spontaneously decides to go Firehawks, which I think is unlikely considering that 2 of his... He's got 6 Orcas. One of the airfields are full. But he obviously, I completely forgot about his war factory. I thought he would have sold it, but he hasn't, and that's a good play. He at least keeps the second production structure, and he is still pushing out Mammoth tanks. Ugh, it's always the wrong tank name, damn it. What is this little chum doing down here? I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't think he's going to be really making any sort of big commitment to society by doing this. Look at the Venoms. There you go. This is what happens when you act all heroic, everybody. You heard it here. Don't do this. In real life, don't ever do this. The Venoms will come and fuck you up. No, don't ever do this. Avatars as well still being built up for Lumos. He's transferring to Vertigo Bombers. I think this is going to be the way that Wildcom dies, because he's going to be having that huge power of the Vertigos laying their eggs on top of the Mammoth tanks. All nice Cat missile as well, definitely going to help against the fight against Wild there, significantly reducing the resources. Shadow's having to move because they were hit. 6 Orcas as well going to the sea, but Wild's got an acceptable number of Mammoth tanks as well, so he's at least going to be putting up a good fight. But I was about to say I thought he would have been a bit cheeky and maybe gone for the Tib chemical plant, but it isn't really that important. He just wants to lay down one chemical missile. Oh, again, another couple, taking down another harvester. It's very bad for him that he's lost this much economy this quickly. He really needs to step up the pace and try and do something. Also, I've just noticed the nuke that has been placed in Lumos' base, so we're going to be seeing a super weapon and some fried orcas over the water there. Very, very unfortunate there. And these Venoms, they're like the heroes of Nod. We must all pray to Venoms in this match. But this Mammoth tank is going to be getting swarmed until the AA battery comes up and just pushing them away. Here comes the Vertigos doing a huge amount. No, they're not doing anything. Wow. Okay, I thought they would have been. Thought they would have really gone for it, but they didn't. They were cowardly, and Wildcom nicely just takes one down. But all these avatars, they look a bit angry, honestly. I mean, they've got 6 eyes. That's spider-like. I don't know about you. He's just selected the avatars 3 times as well. Just thought I'd put that to you, because that's not important at all. But we're going to be having, a continued standoff at the moment, except, for these stealth tanks taking out some power, no less. But again, good placement of the tanks. He's going to try and get some shots off on the pit bulls there, but I think they too many pit bulls, and that's going to leave one tank to defend against himself. And there we go. Both stealth tanks have been destroyed, but I don't think it'll be too hard before Lumos can train another couple to deal with Wildcom. Wildcom needs to act quickly now because, well, I was going to say that, but the super weapon is going to be pressuring him a lot every second that ticks by. And the thing is now, Lumos has already won, because if Wildcom makes a move, he can move in with his avatars, deal with the Mammoth tanks. But if he does move, the super weapon will get him, and then Lumos can still move in with the avatars. It's very, very good play here. It's probably the best defense you could do against GDI. Loads of pit bulls dealing with the infantry there. Here come the Mammoths moving in on the front line there. We're going to be having a barracks deploying on the front line. Vertigo is finally being used. Minefield also gets deployed. We're also going to be having loads of other infantry coming to the forefront there. Loads of lasers spat out from the cannons there. The Juggernauts nicely providing some support fire. Also, one of the buildings have been garrisoned with that by zone troopers. No, that's a rifleman squad. That's probably from the tank there, they're from the rail guns. But here we go. The walkers are going to be getting some crashes. But they're not going to manage actually. They're going to go straight for the artillery, and that's pretty much it. The line of defense of Wildcom has been eliminated, and I don't think he's going to be alive for very much longer in this match. It's only going to be for the last few minutes. He has exhausted all of his resources because of the hits that he took from those stealth tanks. There goes the war factory. The nuclear missile is about to fire. Oh dear. Let's cry our eyes out, everybody. Let's put F in the chat for Wildcom. It looks like he's going to go down very quickly here. There goes the barracks as well. The engineer gets put out as well. Tries to desperately take a husk, but doesn't really manage. So, GG's for Lumos. That was quite an entertaining game there. And honestly, it wasn't too bad, but I think I honestly thought that Wildcom had the advantage here because he did have the early resources. That just goes to prove that normally, sometimes early resources doesn't mean that you're going to win. So there you go, that's something that I've learned today as a caster, because even though I do play the game, you learn something new every day. That's life, isn't it? But yes, here we see that Lumos is easily cleaning up the base. Surprised that Roundcom hasn't quit yet. But there we go, there's the sell-off. And there we go, boys. That is 2 games from Tib Wars. Next video will be Supreme Commander 2. And then 2 videos after that video, after Supreme Commander 2, will be Red Alert 3. So I hope you did enjoy this cast. If you do have a good cast, just suggest to me any replays you want to send me. Think they might be good, think they might be weird. Put them in my Discord, PM them on my Discord. It'll be down in the description below. I don't mind, just so long as they are not boring. But then again, if they're boring and short, I don't care. But any replays, Discord, and I will cast them, and I will obviously mention who has sent me them, and with probably a screenshot. I didn't do it before. I didn't include the screenshot before, but I think I should do that just to show you who sent them, to make it more realistic, more believable. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.